If you've got a Bible, turn to Romans chapter 9, because you actually have to see what's here. And I have to do a little bit of quick Bible work with you here. So Romans chapter 9, just to begin it, there are two very different approaches to Romans chapter 9. One approach, my approach, which I obviously think is the right approach, is that Paul is going through in Romans chapter 9 the history of God working with Israel to show that he is faithful to keep his promises even in the face of the sin of the people. And I think that's what Romans 9 is about. It's a history lesson showing that God is faithful to his sinful people and continues to bless people and work to bless people despite their sin. Now, there's another whole line of interpretation that says that Romans chapter 9 is proving that God does what he wants, with whom he wants, when he wants, and it's a testimony to the absolute sovereignty of God that he is in control of everything. And I don't think that's what this is about. The passage that you referred to specifically is a powerful one. Starting in verse 11, they have the two sons before they were born, had done anything either good or bad in order that God's purpose of election might continue, not because of works, because of him who calls. She, the mother, was told the other will serve the younger. So the older is Esau, the younger is Jacob, the mother is Rebekah, and before they were born, before they had done anything, God says, Jacob will be the guy I'm going to work with. Okay, now think with you, if you know your Old Testament history. Jacob, what do you think about when you think of Jacob? He's a schemer and a conniver, and he is a deceiver. Never turn your back on that man. He'll steal your wallet in a heartbeat. When you think about Esau, what do you think about? He's a man who despises the things of God. He's willing to sell the birthright for a bowl of vegan stew. It's not even chili con carne, for crying out loud. And he's a despiser of the things of God. Now, you're God. Are you going to pick the deceiver or the despiser? That's where I push flush. We can do better. What God does, he says before Esau was a despiser, before Jacob was a deceiver, he said, I'm going to use one of these two sinful guys to accomplish my purposes, and my purpose is to take the gospel to the world. Now, the hard part is this next thing. Verse 13, as is written, Jacob I loved, but Esau I hated. Now, here's the hard question. Where is that quoted from? See, Paul was writing to people who knew their Old Testament. Many of us don't. That is not from Genesis. God did not say that to Rebekah before the twins were born, before the two boys were born. This is not saying before either was born, Jacob I loved, Esau I hated. This is from Malachi. And Malachi is written after the Babylonian captivity. It's the last book probably written in the Old Testament. And at the very beginning of Malachi, God says to the people, see how I've loved you. And they say, you've loved us, you just beat the dickens out of us in Babylon. And he says to them, how have you loved us? Is not Esau Jacob's brother, declares the Lord, yet I've loved Jacob, but Esau I have hated. I've laid waste to his hill country and left heritage to jackals in the desert. In Malachi, Edom stands for the nation of Edomites. And what he's saying is, I have destroyed the Edomites because of their evil. Okay, now who is the heritage of Jacob? What do we call that nation? Israel. How sinful has Israel been? Like really sinful. So did God absolutely destroy them and wipe them off the map like he did Edom? No, he remained faithful to them. And what he's saying there is, yeah, I destroyed Edom, the heritage of Esau. Why? They're evil. They deserved it. Get rid of them. There are no Edomites left today. But Israel, who is equally sinful because of my faithfulness, I will not give up my promise to work good in them. And Israel as a people and ironically as a nation exists today. So I think that's what he's saying, is not that I picked them before they were born and hated Esau before they were born, but I hated Esau in 400 BC, not 1400 BC, and selected to remain faithful to is Israel despite the fact of their evil. So that's the way I read that.